Statistically speaking, most students do not get a 90 plus ATAR, and even more so a 95 plus ATAR. These results, like 95% of people are not even able to achieve. But why is that? Why are most people not achieving that result? Well, that's what I'm going to go over in this video, because I was literally able to go from a failing student at a 300 plus ranked public school, doing low scaling subjects, having all these odds against me. And I ended up achieving a 97 plus ATAR, which puts me at the top 3, practically 2% of the state against all those odds. I achieved an ATAR that most people who go to a private or selective school can't even do. So like, why? Well, how does that even happen? That's what I'm going to go over right now. So the first reason why most people don't end up getting a 90 plus ATAR is because they think it's about intelligence, right? This is a very common thing among, low performing students, and especially myself. I'm telling you right now, put my hands up. I am the most practical, perfect example of this back when I was, doing terrible in school from the start of year 7 to year 11. I would literally, genuinely believe that a good ATAR just comes from being smart. So no matter who it was, if the person was doing well in school, I just look at them and say that they're smart, and that's it. I can't do anything about it. And I thought I was dumb, and I thought I couldn't do anything. And the reason why I've put this as number one is because if you believe, right, or the people who believe it's about intelligence, the people who think that a high ATAR means that the person's smart, or good results mean that the person's smart, they don't try anymore. They give up. They don't even try to beat that person. And because of that, they don't end up doing well. So think about it logically, right? If you were to believe right now that it's all about intelligence and the person in your class is just, naturally smart, then why would you even try? Like, think about it, why? And that's what happened to me, right? And the best example is math. So math, to me, I thought that's it. You're either born a math guy or a math girl, and that's it. And because of that, because I was doing bad, I never even tried to improve, because I'd be like, you know what? It's intelligence. Can't do anything about it. I'm born with it. It is what it is. But that's not true. Okay, your ATAR has got nothing to do with your intelligence. Anyone who gets a higher ATAR, I don't care if it's a 99.95 with state rank in every subject, I don't care. It wasn't their intellect that got them there. It was these 3 things that I mentioned on my channel a million times. Number one, it's their mindset. Undoubtedly the most important and biggest difference, and I'd argue literally the most important and biggest reason as to why most people don't get a 95 plus ATAR or 90 plus ATAR is the mindset. The mindset of a person who gets a high ATAR compared to the mindset of someone who fails school is a huge. So the reason why most people fail to get a high ATAR is because they fail to fix their mindset. Their mindset is here right now. They want to get to here, but that doesn't happen if your mindset's here still. You cannot get a high result just by taking action. You need to fix your mindset, because that's what allows you to take the action. So that's the first thing. The second thing is methods. Most people, sorry, I'm saying literally a billion too many times, but most people don't study right, and schools don't even teach them how to study. Most people study by taking notes, writing notes, rereading notes, highlighting notes, and that's it. If you study like that, you're never going to do well. And number 3 is action, right? Most people are lazy. Most people don't do anything. Most people waste time. And that's obviously why most people don't end up getting a 9 plus ATAR. Okay. So that's the first reason as to why most people don't end up doing well. The second reason is that they study wrong. Now, this was similar to what I just said before as one of the components, but I just need to have a whole section on this. I'm telling you right now, 95, even I'd say higher % of the entire state are studying wrong. Most people are taught in school to study by taking notes, rereading, listening to what the teacher's saying, and that's it. And because of that, they don't end up doing well. And the funny thing about this is that if you're not studying effectively, you don't understand how crazy that is, because it is impossible to do well if you're not studying right, okay? And the sad part is that I've seen students myself, they put in a lot of effort, but they're still not doing well because they're studying wrong. And no matter how much effort you put in, if you're studying wrong, you can't achieve a good result. It's like, there's an example I use all the time. Is like, imagine if I don't know how to drive a car. If I have a Lamborghini, does it make a difference? No. I have a Lamborghini, but I can't drive. So why does it matter? Same thing with you. You're not studying right. So no matter how much effort you put in, no matter what you do, no matter how you feel, it doesn't matter. You're studying wrong, you're getting the wrong result. Number 3, the third reason why 95% of people don't end up getting a high ATAR is because they don't fix themselves. This is huge. And this is what, Dux Academy is all about, right? People fail to understand, and again, I blame schools for this. Honestly, they don't tell you this stuff. People fail to understand that a result comes from the person. And without fixing the person, you can't fix the result. So what most people do is that they try to get tutoring. Okay, 95% of people most people get tutoring. Like, think about it. If we were to list out everyone in the state, like, I'd say over 90% of them get tutoring. Like, there's a big amount of people who get tutoring. Parents just chuck them in there. It is what it is. They hope for the best. But tutoring will never get good results for someone, especially if they're not doing well. Now, don't get me wrong, before you go crazy in the comments, I'm not saying tutoring is bad in of itself. I'm talking about why students who are not doing well right now, low performing, failing, average, the reason why they don't end up getting high results is because they don't fix themselves. They get a tutor, the tutor focuses on the content themselves, but it doesn't fix the true problem of the student. Like, I'll give you an example right now. If you're right now not doing well in school, getting C's, getting D's, failing, whatever, and you procrastinate and you waste time and you don't study properly and you have a poor mindset and you overthink and all these things and you're not preparing for exams properly, how in the world is getting a tutor that is teaching you a biology concept going to fix that? It doesn't. Your problem isn't the content. 95% of students in the state, their problem isn't the content, it's themselves. And because they're not fixing themselves, they don't end up getting the high ATAR that they want. Number 4 is making excuses. There is a very, very common pattern. Every single low performing student I know or have come across, including myself first and foremost, they make a bunch of excuses. Every time they do bad in exam, it's not their fault. It's the teacher's fault. Every time they, procrastinate, it's not my fault. It's my friend's fault. He's texting me a lot. Just a bunch of random BS excuses, blaming the parents, blaming the teacher, blaming the school. And when you make an excuse and blame someone for something, you get rid of all your power and you don't take any action to fix yourself. The next reason as to why most people don't end up getting a 90+ ATAR is because they do not sacrifice. Like, if you do not sacrifice for your goal, then your goal becomes the sacrifice. Okay? Put that very simple. You have to sacrifice something or some things to achieve the goal you want to achieve. In my case, before starting my academic comeback journey, I was addicted to playing games. I was addicted to scrolling. I was addicted to hanging out with my friends every week. I was addicted to doing nothing at all and just wasting time. So I had to sacrifice all of that so I could get the ATAR that I wanted to get. The biggest example is gaming and sleeping. Gaming, I sacrificed that. I was addicted to game. I loved playing games. Literally played 8 hours a day. Had to get rid of it. I got rid of my computer, my gaming computer. Sleep. I used to love sleeping in. I used to love sleeping late. Guess what? I transformed that and sacrificed that to sleep early and wake up super early. You need to sacrifice for your goal. And I guarantee you, the people who don't do well in school, and reflect on yourself, what are you really sacrificing for it? Nothing. So those are the 5 reasons as to why most people don't end up getting a 90+ ATAR. I'm just going to read it out to you once again. Number 1, they think about their intelligence. They think that it's all about being smart when it's not. Number 2, they're studying completely wrong. Number 3, they don't fix themselves. They get a tutor to focus on content when that's not your problem. It's really just yourself. Number 4, they make excuses. And number 5, they don't sacrifice for their goals. And that's why they never get their goals. Okay. Now, how do you join the 5%? How do you go above that, statistic of 95% of people not getting a high ATAR? Well, I'd absolutely love to help you out. If you're interested in being part of that top 5% who actually does change themselves and achieve whatever ATAR that they desire, then check the first link in the description down below. Of course, no pressure at all. Don't want to be some self-promotional thing. But if you want a proven blueprint system to follow that will literally guarantee you go from failing, low performing, average student to achieving whatever ATAR you want, then you can check the first link down in the description down below and you can learn more about what I do in my mentorship. I've helped over 250+ students completely change themselves and get a high ATAR. Completely up to you though, but you can check it out. See you in the next one.